y'all what to make with my turkey and all these ribbons, and you told me. So we're making this precious wall flag. But first, always remember to share this so it will save to your profile and you can find it when you're looking for it again later. So I asked y'all what I should do with this turkey, and I love all of the responses. So we're going to put him on a wall flag. Y'all know I'm loving making the wall flags that we get to change out for every season and every holiday, and I think he's perfect for this one. But first, he needs a beak. Let's cut his beak out. Now, y'all know his body is made from my set of templates, the turkey that Missouri Star Quilt Company has created from my art that I'm so proud of. And the turkey has a beak right here in the center of the template. So I'm just going to lay that down and trace it with a pen and cut it out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is stitch my beak on. And I normally straight stitch because I love the fray, but because my beak is not very big, I am gonna zigzag around him or her. I'm changing my thread to orange, but only my top thread. It's not necessary to change my bobbin thread because it's gonna be on the underside of my project and you're not gonna see it anyway. So I'm gonna leave it white. These templates, the whole holiday set, are available in the caption and I love them. Look how cute his beak is. We've sewn his beak on. Now I'm going to change my thread back to white and we're going to sew him to the front of our flag. This piece of fabric is 18 inches wide by 20 inches long. Now, I am really enjoying making these wall flags because we can change them out for every season or holiday or whatever. They're fairly easy to make. They're a whole lot of fun to me. And I don't have a lot of written patterns on my website. I have a ton of templates that you can download that go along with these video tutorials, but this pattern is on the website. Written pattern, written instructions from start to finish. Now on this one, I put some fusible fleece on the back of it just because I wanted to try it out. But in the pattern, it doesn't have fusible fleece and you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. So place your turkey wherever you want him and stitch all the way around. After you change your stitch, back to straight stitch. Obviously, I love this turkey because it's from my set of templates, but there's a ton of templates on the website if you're not interested in the turkey. We have 4 pieces that are 4 inches by 10 inches. We're gonna put those pretty side to pretty side and we're gonna sew down both sides. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitching when we start and when we stop because my grandma said so. You could easily make this flag double-sided by putting an applique on each side, and then you can use it for one season, turn it around and use it for the other season. Or lots of my students use it as a door hanger. Now we're gonna turn them right side out. After you turn them right side out, you go iron yours, I'll go iron mine, and I'll be right back. I'm back. You've ironed yours, I've ironed mine. Now, I'm gonna top stitch down both sides of each one of these pieces. These are the loops that our flag is gonna hang from on our little bar. Now, a top stitch is just a straight stitch sewn a little closer to the edge. Yes, we back stitch, and I like for my top stitching to look like it's about to fall off of my project, but you only sew as close to the edge as you're comfortable. I didn't do a lot of top stitching when I first started sewing because I was so glad to get to the end of a project and it was an extra step and I wasn't really interested, but I promise it's worth the extra few minutes. It takes your project from homemade to handmade. Okay, so we're gonna take our front piece that has our turkey on it and lay it pretty side up. Then we're gonna take our straps, these are the 2 loops that our flag is gonna hang from, and we're gonna lay those on top of the front piece. Now I'm taking mine and folding it in half and lining up all of the raw edges and lining those raw edges up with the top of this. So all the raw edges are together. There's no raw edges here. Then I'm taking my second 18 by 20 inch piece and laying that on top of it, making a sandwich. So my loops are in between the 2 fabrics that are laying pretty side to pretty side. It's 18 inches wide and 20 inches long. I'm going to sew all the way around, except I'm going to leave a hole right here to turn it. I made my marks about 3 inches. I'm going to start sewing here. I'm going to sew all the way around, and when I get back to here, that's going to be my reminder to stop. Y'all know I'm not a pinner or a clipper, but I am going to clip my loops so they don't fall down inside my project while I'm sewing it. You're going to sew this with a straight stitch and a 1/4 inch seam. You're going to get the 1/4 inch seam by following the edge of your fabric with the edge of your presser foot. You're going to back stitch when you start and when you stop because my grandma said so. And you want to know what else my grandma said? She said, stop looking at your needle. If you follow the edge of your fabric and the edge of your presser foot, you'll have a pretty straight seam. But if you look at your needle, it's going to be all over the place. Trust me, I know from experience. Now I'm going to take my fingers, put it inside, and turn my project right side out, making sure that I push out my corners. Fingers, handy dandy tool, chopstick. Do not use your scissors or you'll be crying. You'll be crying because you have a hole in your project. I'll be crying because you didn't listen to me, and everybody's crying. Just don't do it. It's a terrible idea. Okay, I've turned mine right side out. I've pushed out my corners. I'm gonna go iron mine. You go iron yours. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm gonna top stitch mine, and you're gonna top stitch yours, and we're gonna hang our flag up and see what it looks like. So here's the hole I left. I'm gonna fold it in just like this, and I'm going to top stitch all the way around, and that's naturally going to close up this hole that we left to turn it. If your flag color is something other than white, you may want to do your top thread and bobbin thread a color that would match your flag. Now, I use white on a lot of my stuff because it's just easy and I don't mind, but if you mind, change your thread. Look at how precious our wall flag is. Now, my hanger came from Amazon, and it's pretty amazing because it has a whole bunch of pieces you can put in the middle to make it longer or shorter, depending on the size project that you're making. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.